Alright, so this is just a video to show you kind of some of the stuff that I collect. Um, and I kind of got like, which I guess what you'd call a man cave in the basement. And before I actually go and show any of this stuff, I collect World War II things, German things. So everyone out there that might see this, just know that I don't promote any of it. Uh, I I don't have any relations to any of it. It's just solely for the purpose of collecting history, and I find it interesting. So, with that said, here is the room. Um, some of the elephants that I got right here are pretty cool. Uh, that guy's made of leather. It's kind of hard with the mirror behind it. The pink ones in the back there are pretty old hand painted ones. And then got a couple of these cool guys. That one's marble. And then that guy. Um, Other stuff. Um, this, I believe, was a carriage light. This here, I am not sure what it was used for. It was a light. You can. This slides up here. You put a candle in there. I'm not sure if it was just a night light or what the deal was. This lamp was actually my grandmother's that she gave me. Old steamer trunk. This still has some of the writing on it. It's pretty cool. I can't think who it was. Somebody Green from Alfred, New York. This video is from upstate New York, outside of Rochester. I think that was an early car light. It's not a candle or anything. It's actually fuel oil. A couple of these cool beer steins. I had a thing collecting. These are called fairy lamps. They're basically night lights, and you put a candle in them in with the crystal eyes. That one right there is actually crystal. With the cover, the way it's shaped, they would kind of dance on the walls, so they got the name fairy lights. A lot of kids would use them in the 1800s. Some of these are 100 plus years old. Some are newer. Got some lanterns down here, railroad, and that one's really cool. I'm pretty sure that was a railroad lantern. Just some basic oil lamps. Lot of phonograph radio stuff. I have a lot more that's just not in here that I've redone or working on. This speaker and that speaker both work. They both have the original speakers in the bass. This is a reconditioned, actually it's just been rebuilt completely. Crosby, that works good. That's the, it's hard to see with the glare, but that framed picture right there, or document, is the company that did it. Nipper bank, a couple other radios. This was my grandfather's train. I-36, I believe, or 34 Commodore. Then just, everyone's got some old books and classic books, a bunch of Nirvana books. Some, it's not all old. A lot of it is, but not all of it. Definitely got a thing for old planes. It's a model that I got from an estate sale from an older gentleman that used to do them. Couple cool die-cast models up here. I did that. It's the only one I've ever done. It's not even finished. Yes, I own a sword. It's actually a copy of Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings, which is pretty cool. This radio, I've redone this completely. This does work. It's a tube radio. A couple of these little guys, this one right here and that one over there, are both AM radios. Oh, some books and a couple more Nipper Dog toys. Just other stuff. Some blue glass, water glass. And then I have some of the Third Reich things, which I don't know if I didn't prepare myself for this. This book right here is photographs of what the Third Reich, what you should look like if you were a part of it. If you were a man in the Third Reich, these are photographs of what you should look like, the ideal, white man. This is not an original one. The original books are, there's about 3 left in existence, if I remember correctly. So I don't have that because that's more money than I could spend. So, 2 books of Mein Kampf. One is, actually both are in German, but one of them is missing Hitler's picture on the first pages. Someone tore it out. There's a Hitler Youth armband. This is, it's a flag, and it was probably just a house flag. This one down here is a unsewn armband. They would wrap it around the width of your arm, sew it, and then cut off the excess. It's never been used. This and a bunch of little stuff I have are all from a reputable guy, along with this right here, which I think that was from a t-shirt. As you can see, it's kind of a V. And I think it was the Kriegsmarine, which is basically their Navy. Please correct me, anyone out there, if I'm wrong on this stuff. Being nice about it. And then some other stuff over here. This little stick pin, stamp. I can't remember off the top of my head all this stuff. What it is. I mean, there's more. K98 bayonet. That's some American stuff. I think it was Red Cross kind of stuff. A letter to someone in upstate. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I forgot to mention, this one's kind of a rough topic, but this down here are actual photos of concentration camp. I think it was Dachau, but I'm not 100% sure. It was printed on the photo paper, which is Afro-Bavaria, I think is what it's called, that the military used during the Second World War. Over here, I have, I don't know if you can tell, double decal Polizzi helmet. Polizzi, I probably said it wrong. I think it's a square dip. It's earlier. All this stuff's like escaped me now because I'm putting myself on the spot. But we have Luftschutz, which was a volunteer fire brigade. A couple different. They came in like a greenish and a bluish color. They have a Soviet helmet. This one right here is, oh god, it's an American. It's during the war. I can't think of the freaking name of it, but I'm sure someone will correct me. Couple books, random books on stuff. That flag right there was a flag flown over the USS Memorial. Not during the war, but afterward. But it was flown for a full day, and it comes with, I have a authentication for it, saying that it was. A couple other firemen's hats, a few uniforms. That is a Marine flag that was, it's blue, white, and orange, and I believe it was a letter. They would spell out letters and words depending on what the colors and the amount of lines or shapes on the flag was. And I think this is like an S or an R or maybe a T. It's right in that area. I don't know, just some other stuff. Shovel. That is I think that's a Swiss mortar tube that would hold the mortar, if I remember. There's more. I don't know where it is right now, but I also have a couple Victrolas. There's this guy. This was actually the first one I ever got. I believe it's an XXV1 or VVX1. It works very good. Quickly get that spinning. Oops. There we go. All my records are in here, or a good majority of them. That was also my grandmother's right there. They're frameable. Norman Rockwell photos. They're awesome. I have... Oh, I should have gotten it out. I'll pause it and get it out. This is my acoustic right here. It's just my guitar. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. That guitar is a Gibson Les Paul autographed by Alice in Chains. No, it does not have Lane Staley's autograph. That I won at a concert about 5.5 years ago. It's pretty crazy. There's this guy here, which is really nice. And back to this feller, just for a quick second. Oh, he's running out of juice. There's a little better. There we go. Spring was winding down. So here's your volume control. Pretty simple, crude, but it works. So this one actually has an automatic brake when it comes into the center. Pops the brake in the back and it stops the turntable. So yeah, that's my room, my man cave, I suppose. There's more. I'm still working on it. I just finished, so there you go. Couple phonograph horns right there for a Edison that I don't own yet, which someday I will. Hope you enjoyed.